Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the back seat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Tuesday morning, November 21st, 2023. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to change your financial future by teaching you how to become a successful currency trader. We are so confident in our ability to do that once we've trained you, we let you trade with our money. So our interests are aligned. We make money when you make money. And the purpose of this session this morning is to show you one of the dozen different trade strategies that you can do with our super accurate but simple to use proprietary trading indicators. We've been doing this now, teaching other people for over 15 years. So we are quite good at it. So with that, let's jump in. We need to first listen to this guy, and then we will get going here.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trading sessions. I know of no one else who does that, where you can watch a successful trader go through their analysis, and becomes a learning moment. Plus, becomes a moment where you can copy the trade and see for yourself how well everything works. I do 3 live trades a week, Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 6:30, and then Monday afternoon at 3:30. I also send out a trade setup every evening, Monday through Thursday at about 4:15. When you become a regular member, you get access to we do live trades every morning at 10 a.m. and again at 10 p.m. And one of our secret sauces, or one of the things that make us better than other people, is that we do have the focus on continuous training. Because you're trading with our money, we want you to know what you're doing. It's important that you know what you're doing. And if we see you start to draw down an account, we are going to step in and try to figure out what you're doing wrong so we can fix it. But every Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. we've got an advanced member meeting. Every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. we've got a back to the basics meetings where we're continually reviewing strategies, taking questions, and getting you to be your highest and best self. I like to work off of a little checklist that helps keep me focused. So I don't miss anything, because when you get a lot going on, it's easy to miss a step. So checklist helps keep me focused. Every day, restart the green chart, clears out the memory, also picks up any new updates that have happened. A good habit at the end of every day is to review any trades that didn't go the way that you thought they should have. And one of the fabulous things about our indicators is we've got the simulator, and the simulator allows us to go right back to the spot where we took the trade and see what was wrong with our analysis so that we can learn from it, correct it, and next time get it right. Last night, if you had joined me, we took a little scalp trade on the, and this is a demo account, by the way, but I also took it in my live account. We took a sell using the thick orange line strategy for 5 pips, and we ended up getting stopped out. So let's real quickly take a look what happened there. I've gone ahead before you jumped on and gone back in time with our simulator to yesterday was the 20th. It was around 3:55 when we took this trade. So I've gone back to that time. Our entry spot was right here, where you see the blue line, and our take profit is right here. So I'm going to advance 1 hour at a time and see what happens. So this was a signal. Let's just review the signal real quick. On the thick orange line signal, we are looking at what this number is here, the thick orange line. And you can see it is 9.8. This is a scaled number. It gets as high as 10. So when it's at 10, it doesn't think there's any more down in the movement. And you can see it's been at 10 for 4 hours. However, we don't just trade when this is at 10, and during those 4 hours it's been going up. We don't rely on just one piece of information. I want something to confirm it, and the confirmation is what's the position of the red line on the major indicator. And here the major indicator is I want it to be above the blue line, and it is well above the blue line. In fact, it's starting to roll. Now, when I came back and looked at this, my first inclination is that I generally like this trade when everything is going up still, and it hasn't hung out. It hasn't hung out at overbought for a while. So I was kind of thinking, well, maybe it's because we were overbought for such a long time. We didn't get the hit that we were looking for. Now, what I would do if I thought that is I would go back and back test this and see this situation is different than this situation. Now, this is on a 2-hour chart, but had we saw this on a 1-hour chart, this is different than this. This is just going up. This is how I normally like to see it. You got 10 here. You got the red line above the blue. This is what I consider the standard setup. This is a little different because it's hung out above the overbought line for a while. But let's go forward and see what happens. Because normally what happens is when this is 10 or within 1 and the red line's above, when the hour changes, when we get that little snap on the new candle, there'll be a little snap, and that's worth 5 pips. And you want to take this trade when there's less than 5 minutes in the hour. We might have taken this right when it was at 6 minutes. We might have taken it a minute or two early, but the closer we can get to the top of the hour, the better. So let's go forward real quick. All right. So so it kept going up. So had we waited just a minute or two, we got in a little early because it kept going up. Let's see what happens the next hour. So here we're at 3:59. So in that 4 minutes or 6 minutes, because as I recall, we got in a minute or two early. It's gone up a couple pips. So let's go to the next hour. And we got that snap. So the signal did work, but we got in a little too early because here was our exit. We just missed it. had we waited a minute or two, let's just see. We clearly would have gotten the 5 pips we're looking for. So we missed it because we got in just a fraction too soon. So the signal was good. We got in a fraction too soon. Then here it shows that it should have closed because it did pass, but this is in the 5 to 6 o'clock time, so the spreads go way up. So because of the spread, it didn't close us out. Then on the next hour, and then look what's happening here. The signal's changed. So after I took the trade, that was it for my day. I wasn't looking at it anymore. Normally, I'm taking this during the day. If I'm taking this, it's during the day, so I've got it on my screen. I'm looking at it. If you saw this where the signal had changed, now it's time to just take the loss here versus letting it go all the way and stopping out. So the signal was good. It did what it was supposed to do. We just got in just a little bit too early, so I should have waited another minute or two before taking the trade. We would have got in up here somewhere, and then we would have gotten our 5 pips. So signal was good. I'm happy with that. So let's continue on with our analysis. But the point is that you go back, you take a look, you figure out why it might not have gone back, and if you need to back test some more, you back test. If you're happy with what you saw there, which I am here, we should have got the 5 pips. We just got in a minute or two too early, or a couple minutes too early. Jumping back, we are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action. Our indicators are very, very good at predicting where the market's going. And if we can predict where the market's going, we can make some money. However, news does impact currency pairs. So we want to know what that news is going to be so that we can trade around it. And the best site to give us that news is something called forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories. Yellow, which is low impact. Generally don't worry about those. Orange, which is medium impact. I don't worry about those, but depending on your risk preferences, you might. And red, which is high impact. High impact ones I pay attention to and try to trade around. And this morning at 8:30 a.m., we've got some news on the Canadian dollar. And then and this news is on the consumer price index. This is a published number. The government already knows what this number is, and they are just announcing it at this time. Those who are connected to people in the government can find this number out early. It gets leaked. And I found that it is best to stay out of a pair within the 2-hour window of this announcement, because the prices will start doing things that the indicators that are contradicting what the indicators are saying because of the trading on it. So it's easier just to trade around it versus this red item here. Here they're just announcing what they talked about. So this doesn't get leaked as much as this, because this somebody's already figured out. This they're figuring it out and then announcing it. So any trade we take now will be done before two, so we don't have to well before 2. So we're not going to have to worry about that. So we'll just stay away from the Canadian dollar this morning. The trade that I'm going to do this morning is something called the 10-point trade signal. We've got a dozen different signals. This is kind of my favorite one, or my go-to one. I take it off of a 1-hour chart. You can take it off of literally anything from a 30-minute chart to a day chart. On a 1 hour chart, I like to be 30 minutes into the chart. And the trade's going to be worth somewhere between 5 and 35 pips. Unlike when you did the trial, we were having you trade off of a 5-minute chart. We do that so that you have more opportunities to trade, and the take profit is already predetermined. Like on the thick orange line trade that we took yesterday, that's a predetermined take profit. Here, I've got to figure it out, and we'll go through that. My sweet spot is about 11 pips, and I'm looking to get in and out within 1 to 3 hours. And the strategy is basically just to get all the lines to line up from all 3 sections of the chart. So with that, let's jump in and see what we have. Chart we're going to trade off of is the light 6 major. The light 6 major is one of the standard charts. It's a composite chart. It is showing us 6 different currency pairs. This first chart, they're all US-based pairs. And we are going to start in the middle of the chart with the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. Horizontal red line is the oversold line, and the horizontal blue line is the overbought line. I am looking for situations where we are oversold. The line started below the red line and are all going up, or the lines are above the blue line and all going down. And you can see I want to ride it through the channel. If I ride it through the channel, I get these 3 red candles. I'll squeeze my 11 pips out of this. And then when the signal turns again, I'll ride it up the other way. So here we have the signal. It is, we touched oversold. Everybody's going up. And we've got what I call the double cross, where the green line's on top of the red and the gray line's on top of the black. So 3 points here. A couple things that I in addition to the 3 points that I'm looking for, I like that the lines are clustered. That's a plus. I like that the green line has entered the channel. That's a plus. I don't like that there's a little kink here in the line. You can barely see it, where the line is going from more steep to less steep. I want it to go the other way, from less steep to more steep. So that's a little bit of a negative. I generally don't like to consider trades where we're past the green line's past the halfway mark. I only care about where the green line is. The minor indicator can have run through the channel. So we're touching or just a little bit over. So we got 3 points here. When I have my 3 points here, I am going to jump up to my TNTs and count how many lines are supporting the buy signal that I'm seeing here. 2 orange lines are going up, the thick orange and thin orange. And each of these are measuring the change at a different speed. The thin orange is the fastest, the thick blue is the slowest. One of my colleagues likes to call this the school bus, and the thin orange, the Maserati. So the 2 orange lines are going up. Dotted blue is coming down. So I've got 3 of the 4. I want at least 3 of the 4 or 4 of the 4. So it passes the second part of the test. Third part of the test is what's happening with the pressure. I want either both lines going up, which I do not have. I've got the green line going up and the red line going down, which is sideways, or I want the green line on top, which I have right here. So I've got 1 point here, 3 points here, and 3 points here. So I've got 7 points. So I got agreement across all 3 sections. When I have agreement across all 3 sections, I will consider the trade. I want to confirm this setup. How I'm going to confirm this setup is I am going to open up a chart that has multiple time periods on it. So here, 1 pair, but different time periods. 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 8 hour. So let's make it to the AUD USD. Now, it is going on almost 9 p.m. in Australia. Normally on a 1 hour chart, I want to trade where it's daytime in the market that we're trading in. So it is coming up to daytime here in the US. So we've got one of the pairs in daytime. So that is okay. Now, this was the signal we were looking at. I want to confirm it. I want to have the 2 hour and the 4 hour both overbought. 2 hour and 4 hour both overbought. Oversold. The 2 hour it's touched and it's already turned. I don't care if it's turned, but I do want it down here. The 4 isn't. The 4 has turned. The majors have turned, but they're in the middle of the channel. For me, I'm going to pass. I want both of these oversold, because my thinking is that if for some reason this signal weakens, which it already is starting to, because you can see the kink is a little steeper here, going from more steep to less steep. So that's telling me that the move is kind of losing juice. I'll pick up the trade off of the 2 or the 4 hour chart. It'll just take longer for the trade to happen. So like on a 1 hour chart, a trade's going to take 1 to 3 hours to happen. On a 2 hour chart, it's going to take 2 to 6 hours for it to happen, to go from up here to down here. So you can see, to get the move, to get my 11 pips, it took, how many pips is this? This was 25 pips over the course of 1, 2, 3 hours. So you're able to get twice as many pips. So instead of 5 to 35, you're now at like 10 to 60. And here again, you got 25 pips off of that move in 6 hours. So because this guy isn't oversold, I'm going to pass. So let's keep seeing what else we have. Euro USD oversold. Everybody's still going down. Pound USD, we're just reaching oversold. USD Canadian, we're not going to trade it because of the news, but midway through the channel, the major, the green line on the major is turned. Dollar Swiss franc, everybody's going up. Overbought, and dollar pound overbought. Majors are going up, minors are sideways, so nothing there. So I've cloned the late 6 major chart, and I've got 6 different currency pairs. These are all non-USD. Euro pound, oversold. Everybody's going up, double cross. All right, I like this. The lines are kind of clustered. So 3 points here, nice steepness on the green line. So jumping up to my TNTs, 2 oranges going up, dotted blue coming down. So 3 of the 4. I do not have the pressure with me, though. Do not have the pressure with me. The lines are converging. They're getting closer together, but the red line's on top and the pressure's going down. I want the lines either going up or the green line on top. So maybe next hour, this will cross over, but it's not there yet. And I don't like to predict what the indicators are going to do. I just want to wait for the signal. I want the chart to tell me to take the trade. I don't want to try to anticipate what the chart's going to tell me. Australian dollar, yen, we're reaching overbought. Euro Canadian dollar, major oversold. Majors are sideways. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Everybody's going up. Got the double cross, but I don't like that the slope of the green line is less than 45 degrees. Also, we're trading on a 1 hour chart, and it is in the middle of the night in both of these markets. So I'm not going to take a trade using a 1 hour chart when it's not prime time in either of these markets. Pound yen, overbought. Minors have turned. The majors aren't there yet. Euro Australian dollar, reaching oversold, so nothing there. Canadian dollar, yen, overbought, still going up on the majors. Euro New Zealand dollar, approaching oversold. Pound New Zealand dollar. Pound New Zealand dollar. We touched overbought. Everybody's going down, double cross. So 3 points, good steepness on the green line. The lines are clustered as a plus. 2 orange lines going down, dotted blue going up. So 3 of the 4 telling me sell. Blue lines are inversely related, by the way. I don't think I said that earlier. So when blue's going up, that means sell. And I have down pressure. So 1 point here. It's weak down pressure. What makes it weak is the slope of the lines and the gap in the lines. So 1, 3, 3. So I got 7 points. Let's take a look and see what the, to confirm it by looking at the 2 and the 4 hour chart. Great Britain pound, New Zealand dollar. So this is telling me down. This is telling me up. This is kind of telling me up. So I don't have agreement. I want these lines up here. So without agreement, I want to minimize or pull out the variability in the chart. So if I can get agreement across these 3 charts, I've got a good trade. But this one's telling me something than this one, so I'm going to pass. So let's keep going. New Zealand dollar, yen, overbought, going up, turning in the middle, oversold, and there's not agreement. I'm going a little fast here because I want to see if we can find something. Oversold, everybody's going up, but it's on the Canadian dollar, so we're going to pass. Reaching overbought, but don't have agreement. 3/4 of the way through the channel, so nothing there. Pound Australian dollar, yes. 3 points, less than halfway. Nice steepness, going from less steep to more steep. 2 orange lines, dotted blue, so 3 of the 4. Sideways pressure, red's going up, green's going down, but red's on top. So let's take a look at this. Pound Australian dollar, AUD, oops, Great Britain pound, AUD. Okay, both of these are overbought. So we're going to go ahead. Now we need to figure out what it is, but we're running out of time. All right, so I'm going to pull up a clean chart so I can figure out what this is worth. A clean chart, AUD, oops, the other way, Great Britain pound, AUD. I'm going to draw some support and resistance lines real quick. Support and resistance lines are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. And that's going to become the bounds for my trade. and I know I'm doing this kind of quick. It's because I want to, they tend to be about 30, 40 pips apart. So 90.33 to 90.07 at 60 pips. That's a bit much. I'm going to add one more line in here. Let's see. And we're sitting right on this resistance line. And it was a sell. See this line here? I don't like to take a trade when we have to trade through this line. So if we were taking a sell, it would need to go through this line. See how it bounces on this line here? It needs to close on this side of the line for me to want to take this trade. So even though we've got the sell signal right, in figuring out what the trade is worth, I want to look where the support and resistance is. And the support and resistance is going to help me determine to take the trade. So I don't like to trade through these lines. You see it's bouncing here, bounced in here, bounced here. We had the little peak over, but we're going to pass basically because of where it is. If the price was like up here and we had that sell signal, then I'd figure out how much room we had to here and consider the trade. And I'd also take a look at the trend. And what do we have for a trend here? So here's a downtrend, here's a downtrend, but this is kind of sideways. So it's not a clear trend. But in any case, no trade today. I appreciate you joining me. It's an honor to have you here. We've got Thanksgiving coming up on Thursday. So have a blessed Thanksgiving. Try to eat too much, and we will reconvene on Monday. Thanks so much for being here. Again, have a great Thanksgiving to you and your family. And if you want to change your life, now is the time. Start today. We'll get you going. These indicators work. I've been using them over 4 years. I've done a lot of big things, or a lot of big things. This has been the absolute best thing I've ever done. So again, have a good holiday weekend. Bye-bye.